Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steven with North Trail RV, and today we're gonna continue on in the Super C lineup, but we've got something new to us and new for this year, and this is a Newmar Supreme Aire 38-foot version. So this is a 38-27. We did a 45-footer a couple weeks ago, and this is the shortest of the group. So they build a 38 and a 41 now. This is the 38. So we'll start with the truck and talk about the outside, and we'll move inside and show you the interior. This is on a Cascadia truck. This is called a 116 cab, meaning the front cab is 116 inches long. This has a DD13 13-liter Detroit, 525 horsepower, and 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. And I'll pull this up so we can get a shot of the engine here. So let's talk about a little bit about who this RV might be for. So if you are an owner of a Newmar Superstar, or even the last body style Supreme Aire, or even like a Renegade Verona, or Renegade Verona LE, this would be your next step up in terms of truck and towing power. And it's nice because you can get this in a 38-foot package without having to go into a 42, 43, 45-foot coach. It would give you a lot more comfort and a bigger truck. So this truck has a 41,000-pound GVWR and a 328-inch wheelbase. It is a triple slide, so 2 on the passenger side and a full wall slide on the driver's side. And we'll start opening up some of the storage here. So you got storage compartment, your hydraulic pump for your levelers and slide out here. And then a big storage compartment here. The bathroom on this coach is right here, which is why we have our egress door this far up on the wall. So another big storage compartment here. And then the outside entertainment center here. And of course, this one also comes out and swivels. It's magnetic. We're standing under these big Girard Nova awnings here also. So there's dual Nova awnings on the roof. And then kind of like Superstar, it has a pass-through, not clear to the other side, but it does pass pretty much under both frame rails to the other side. And then our wet bay, which we'll show you, is on the other side of this, is why you can't see out. And it still has the release in the back here. So you've still got your steel tool shelves, whatever you want to store back here. Pre-run air lines. If you have air brakes on your trailer, or Voyager camera system, it's already got the wiring run for you. Even though this is a bigger truck, it still has a 20,000-pound tow capacity because of its wheelbase. And then we'll move around. So a little bit unique. The wet bay's very similar to Newmar's other wet bays in their diesel line. It's just in the very back here. So we still have an ATC control panel here to show us our tanks. And then you've also got electric knife valves on this for opening and closing your black and gray tanks. Outside shower, power hose reel. You can see through down here where it does pass the storage compartment comes under. And then this is obviously the big full wall slide here. And being that this is only a 38-footer, it's got 2 15K roof airs and an 8K generator, which is plenty enough for this coach. And then here's our Oasis Chinook hot water and heat. And then in our next compartment here, we've got our 50 amp electric cord reel. And then you'll see the ends of these Victron inverters. You might be able to see them better from the next one. So this one we optioned in. This package is the 640 amp hour lithium. It's just under 20,000. So it's got two 320 amp hour Lithionics lithiums and two 3,000 watt Victron inverters, it will run one air conditioner off of the lithium and the inverters. And then in a Cascadia, unlike an M2 truck that has saddle tanks, a Cascadia truck has a single 120 gallon fuel cell. And then we've got our side view cameras mounted here on the side. Newmar did a really good job with this cab in making these step molds and blending it all in just to make it look really nice. Painting the graphics through them, obviously, too. And for this price point, those are things that should be done, and Newmar does a good job at it. And then I'll show you what it looks like if you were to climb into the cab from the driver door. And then the thing that's always made Newmar Superstar and Supreme Aire unique is that they've been able to keep the Air cab for the M2 trucks, and now they're doing the same thing for the Cascadia. So this cab is able to float independently from the body on the motorhome. So as the driver and passenger in the front seats, not only do you have air ride seats, but you have an air ride cab also. So I know some folks will even take the air all the way out of the seat and just use the air ride cab, or you could use both. And then on the front here, I didn't point this out earlier, but this is the radar for our collision avoidance here. And then front camera for the 360 cameras. And now we're gonna go inside and we'll check out the interior. So going in here, you'll see we've got a really nice Corian stepwell. And one thing Newmar's been doing for a couple of years is they actually have an electric step cover here. And a lot of Super Cs don't have that. If they give you anything at all, sometimes it's just a board with carpet or a wooden plank to place over the stepwell. And just like a Class A diesel in this, you've got actually an electric step cover. All right, so we'll start up here in the cab. To me, in going from an M2 truck to a Cascadia truck, this is one of the biggest differences is the actual cab of the truck. So you have a much wider cab. You have a lot more space you can see here between the front two seats. Your dash is a lot different. In the Cascadias, it's contoured a lot more towards the driver. So you've got a full digital instrument cluster in a Cascadia. And then a second digital here for your navigation and your radio. And then Newmar has mounted a third monitor up here, and this just acts as your camera system. So you can see we've got the backup camera on and the 360 camera on. This has a lot of safety features too. So this has lane change assist, has adaptive cruise, has collision avoidance, and it does have air ride seats. So you can see this chair moves also, on top of having an air ride cab like Supreme Aire has always had. Up above here, we still have a big window. I've got the shade down now, but I'll put it up so you can see. Then we still have our big overcab window up here. And then we'll kind of start here and move towards the back. So 3-slide floor plan, single bathroom, 38-footer. You have a Euro booth over here with a pop-up TV behind it. Kind of set up like the diesel Class A's. Normally it's on that side. In this floor plan, it's on the galley side, which is driver. And then across from us, we've got theater seats. Same Corian that Newmar's been doing this year and their other coaches here. And then you've still got your sliding tray down in here. These are both power, by the way. You see we've got the two-tone wood in here also. One unique thing about this particular one is we've done King Air floor tiles in here, just to give it a unique look. So these are King Air floor tiles, special order option. And then up here above the door, this is pretty much our master control center here. So I talked about the step cover when we came in. Here's your power step cover. And then we've got our controls for our Girard awning up here. This is our Victron inverter master control up here. Our leveling system runs from up here. Our master cutoff for the lithium batteries runs up here. Outside lights and your slide controls are up here too. The galley for a 38-footer is really nice. So you've got a lot of counter space here, got a lot of drawers. You've got two, I guess you could call it 3 main overhead cabinets here. I left the manual bag in here so you could see in terms of size how big this one is. There is not a slide out countertop extension, but it does have a fold up countertop extension. And then we've got our main space under the sink here. You see we got plenty of room for a trash can. And this is a big one-piece stainless sink, farm style sink. All of these shades in here are also power shades, auto motion shades. They're controlled through the ATC panel. This one's no different. This is a power shade here. And then we've got our true induction cooktop. Whirlpool appliances. So this one's got a big Whirlpool convection microwave. And then midship here, 3-door refrigerator, bottom drawer freezer. And then this is our master bath. So this is a 38-footer. Still got a pretty good sized bathroom. Big rectangular shower. And then we'll move back towards the bedroom. So between the hallway and the bedroom here, you've got a full-length sliding pocket door. And right on this side, next to the fridge, we've got our pantry. This has got 6 slide-out trays in it, shelves. And then back here in the bedroom, so not having the space to do a stackable, you can still get a stackable washer dryer. They're just not stacked. So you've got one on either side. If you'd rather have the storage space, you can opt these out. And then above them are hanging wardrobes. This is a big piece of solid surface here. This is really deep. You got a lot of space on that. And then you can see our bed over here. We've got a king bed. This one has a power bed and it's in the up position. So really what this was designed for was not to be able to get to the back when the slides are closed, but to give you more bedroom floor space when the slides are open. So you can see how much space it's given us here across the bedroom floor. And then back here in the back, there's our safe. Storage down below. You got 4 shelves in here. Adjustable, removable. And then up above that, these are our main breakers and GFI controls. And then on this side, you have another hanging closet. And you see the hang bar up there in the top. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Steven with North Trail RV, Fort Myers, Florida. I hope you enjoyed this walk around. This has been a 3827 Supreme Aire, a 2026 model. Let us know in the comments what you want to see next, and don't forget to like and subscribe.